I used to think the moment I got to this abroad, 2 months later, 6 months, everything would be okay for me.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, everything wasn't that way. Everything just turned out. It was as if there was no God. But for me, I have questioned God a number of times. I've said, God, why is it that life is like this? Like, why is life so unfair?
Changing the narratives with Mr. B.
What's up?
Okay, bro.
Nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you too,
You
bro.
look good.
Thanks, bro.
Nice to meet you, sir. All right, so I'm going to ask you one or two questions.
Okay.
We are doing this to educate the public.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
sharing from our own life experience here
Yeah.
in the city of Rome or in Europe, Italy. All right.
Okay.
Even down to Africa, where you came from.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Before I come back to give you a minute for you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, all my great viewers, depending on the place you are watching us from. We are back again with another episode of this program, Changing the Narratives, saying it the way it is in the city of Rome. We are here with our big brother here. As you can see him, look like Jay-Z. You understand? Although I'm going to give him just a minute for him to introduce himself properly. And before then, I just want to urge you all, please stay tight to the end of this broadcast. And equally, don't forget to help us share, like, and leave your comment for us in the comment section. Honestly, we appreciate it and every one of you for your amazing work that you are doing for us here under this very platform. God bless you richly. All right, please, can you introduce yourself to them?
Not too much. My name is John Festus.
All right.
I'm from Nigeria, as you can see, and I've been in Italy now for about 8 years plus.
8 years plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Like, not that you were born here.
no, I wasn't.
8 years.
Yeah, it's not literally like I would say I've been in Europe for like 8 years,
Okay.
and but not actually. I've not actually spent 8 years. I've not actually been in Italy for 8 years now.
Okay.
But I came to Italy, I think 2019, because I was in Germany before
Okay.
I came back to Italy. And ever since now, I've been in Italy. And
Okay, but your first place that your first place of entrance to Europe was Germany, right?
No, okay. I think I should.
I just please clarify me.
My first entrance to Europe was Italy,
Okay.
but then I later went out of Italy.
Okay, to Germany.
Yeah, and before I later come back again.
Like, how many years do you spend in Germany before coming back?
Yeah, I think I spent up to 2, 3 years in Germany, and then yeah, it was 2.5 years or so.
Okay, so what makes you to move out first to Germany?
No, it wasn't. It's not. It's like I was like, I used to have these feelings, like I was trying to know how other countries
Look like.
the feelings, the ideas, and I was trying to know which country I might adapt to.
Okay.
So I decided to go to Germany to see for myself, and I guess I was in Germany for a while. I was working, and I think I saw the way the people, like the way my fellow black people, the way they were living, even the ones without document, they were living in great fear. Like some of them don't even live in their house. Yeah, I saw there was a guy I saw, and then the next day I was hearing that the guy has gone to his country. They have
They
they
deported
deported the
him.
guy.
They caught him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I just felt this. I said maybe Germany, there's something wrong. I don't know. It's not that I was feeling that I was having this feeling that Germany is bad. It was like as if Germany has something against Nigeria. I don't know. Maybe they have tried to negotiated. Maybe they have negotiated with Nigeria for something. Maybe Nigeria refused, and now they have decided to be very, very, very brutal with Nigerians. Like you see, most of the time they deport Nigerians as if like we are not human, like we are not humans. So I went to Switzerland. I was in Switzerland for at least a year. Yeah, everything was nice. Switzerland was great. People there were nice, and there was nothing like this deportation and that all this stuff. Just that though Switzerland is beautiful, like life there is expensive. So my life is not up to that standard. So I decided to
Cut your coat according to
yeah.
your side. According as they
So
as they
at the
say.
end of the day, I just realized that in Italy you have peace, you have rest of mind, whether you have document or not. As long as you don't go out there and try to constitute nuisance, create awareness, like try to show off, you are good to go. And then I think for me, Italy is a peaceful country, a great place to be,
Hmm.
and that's it.
Okay, so please, sorry for asking you this question,
Yeah,
and if you know it's not comfortable for you to answer, you still let me know.
yeah.
Like, which process do you enter here? Is it through flight or land?
No, true land.
Land.
I'm not ashamed of that.
No, because honestly, as I look at you, it's like you are Italian born. I don't really know. I just look at you like somebody who is born here or have this kind of Italian
No, you know,
deep.
the thing is that you see, when I came to Europe,
Hmm,
I tried to like unlearn all the things I have, the kind of mindset I have in Africa.
hmm,
I just try to let go of the stuff and try to adapt to a
hmm,
new lifestyle. So funny enough, I had some Nigerian friends and we were not that friends,
hmm,
but I can call them friends though, even though they were fighting and all the
hmm.
stuff. The way we Nigerians do
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So and they were aggressive, even though we so I kind of yeah, we were in school those days and some of Nigerians like especially Nigeria, it was always Nigerians. They were the ones making noise, like trying to create awareness in the
Hmm,
classroom and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I have to leave because I was a Nigerian
hmm.
and and I'm a good one as that. So they said that Nigerians should not go to school anymore. That we are the ones making problem now. The Senegals, the Gambias, the Malians, and all these other countries have to go to school, but I was not going to school.
They just stopped all the Nigerians not going to school
Exactly. Yeah.
because of the
Because
problem
of
they
some
were making.
set of Nigerians.
They were making problem.
Yeah, because they have refused to let go of those mentalities in Nigeria, like those Odogu vibes, I be boss.
Hmm,
Like they were in Nigeria. One thing that is popular over there is this Curtis lifestyle.
hmm.
Yeah, so they were just this kind of stuff. Um, that was the reason.
But
So
why they won't say that they don't know the exact people that were engaged in such
that
acts.
yeah,
So
that
why
is
did they categorize
yeah,
everybody to be same?
that's the one problem of Europe as a whole. The moment you as a black person, the moment a black man did something that is wrong, so they just classify it all together that every black person now is bad. That's why here in this room, as a black person, you can't even get a house, even if you have the money.
Hmm.
They won't let it out to you because you are a black person, not because they hate black. It's just because of what some black have done,
In the
you know.
time past.
Yeah. So that was the reason, and now they don't give black any house. Even if the only way you can get a house here in Rome, maybe your boss, maybe you are working and your boss is standing beside you, standing behind you, they can give it to you. But just you on your own, I don't think it's possible. So for that reason, now people are afraid to give black, to give their house to a black man because they would think that this person might bring in other blacks, and at the end of the day, he won't pay his rent, even when it is due. Or like I don't know, there are a lot of stories like your rent has due, you are not paying your rent, even though they have served you paper for you to quit the house, but you still want to keep living in the house. So a lot of stuff like that has happened, and that's why these people they don't want to,
Okay, so like how did you now manage like that suspension for all Nigerians not going to school at that very particular
yeah,
time? Like how long does it last?
I think I realized that I was wasting my time, So I felt like the more I just sit down, waiting and waiting and waiting for nothing, at the end of the day, I have wasted a lot of time.
Hmm.
So I just said, okay, let me leave. I think that should be the best option for me. And that was how I left.
Okay,
And
that was the next reason. That was when you left for Germany, or
yeah, I came to Rome.
okay.
So when I came to, even while I think it was 2019. Yeah, I came to Rome 2019. I don't know nobody, no. There was this one of my friend. His name is Samson. He was the one who actually asked me to come. So I came to Rome. I had no one, even though I had the money, but there was no place for me, no house, nobody.
Hmm.
I suffered a lot. So I just said, okay, determination. So I just kept on moving. I just believe in myself. I said I'm gonna do it. So fast forward later, the COVID-19 lockdown 2020. So the whole year was a lockdown. So I just took my phone. I was studying, like trying to know the ins and outs, the laws of the country. And I begin to see a lot of people making videos, a lot of maybe some black people who have maybe gone to school and they are now like trying to educate other ones through these social media platforms. And I was like, yeah, this is great, you know. And I started studying, studying the language, going to school by my own self, But though I have some Italian friends now, but these ones now they have helped me a lot because I asked them like, where can I gain this knowledge? Where can I know this? I want to do this and that. It was okay. You can go to a place like this where you can study.
Just a little bit.
So that was how it was, and by the grace of God, I got a job and got a house here in Rome, and I started working. I was living my life, and ever since, it's just been me and me alone. So I just decided that okay, I realized that in order for you to be focused, to stay focused, you need to let go of some certain things, in life. Like I had no friends, you know, I had no girlfriend, like the stuff. So I don't drink, I don't smoke. So I'm just focused because I know what I'm looking for. So I just decided, okay, that's why even right now I have a book which I study at home every day. So
Okay, sir, let me quickly ask you. You said you came, which is primarily Rome was not your place you were before. You
no, it
came.
wasn't Rome.
Okay,
Even where the first place I arrived in Italy was Sicily, not
okay.
even Rome. So
Okay, so that moment that you came to Rome, not knowing anybody,
yeah.
where were you staying?
I was just, I was living in a church. Thankfully, there was a church.
Okay. Is
So
it Catholic or?
it's a Catholic church.
Okay.
Most of the church here, they are
Yeah.
always Catholics. So the priest was nice with me. He offered me a place where I could stay. The laws was that at a particular time like this, you can be at this place. At a particular time, you're not supposed to be here. So I just abide to that rules. I just make sure that yeah, before the time I'm gone. When it's time for me to sleep again at night, so they know. So I just do it. That was how I was doing it. Even though I had no job, but I have to go by myself. Just I don't know, just walking around, go far, buy tickets, just travel. And at the end of the day, I saw this market, like these people that shade, these Indian people that sell those clothes and all these jewelries. I saw them, and then I was like trying to look if I can get anyone that can maybe want an assist. So I saw a man, it was an Indian man. He said, okay, my brother, it's not that he was not the one who needed an assistant, but he said his brother. So he took my number and introduced me to his brother. So that was how I was working with his brother for about 2 years before I finally get a job, the one that I'm doing now.
Okay.
Yeah. That was how I was surviving. But for that, in the space of that 2 years, I was able to gather enough money. And luckily enough, we found a house with my friend, this Sam. So we rented one room together. So for a while, and then we split up, and then I started living on my own, and he's now also living on his own. Yeah,
Presently now you are working or you are
yeah, yeah,
studying.
yeah. I work and I study.
Okay, like is this still on language basic or you are going for a course?
Um, Not necessarily a course. I'm studying, like I'm studying two stuff. Like I have two things I'm, trying
Okay.
to achieve now. Like although I had done a course before,
Okay.
it was a chef because now I'm a chef.
Okay.
So that's the course I did, and that's why they employed me so fast.
Okay, is it what you are using to work now?
Yeah,
As a
that's
chef.
as a chef. I'm a chef. I work
Okay.
as a chef. So right now I am studying. I'm trying to improve on the language, like my vocabulary is the Italian. So and also I'm also studying for a driving license now. So I'm
Okay.
trying to get my license so I can, so I can be able to do two jobs,
Yeah.
not just to drive around. And as you can see, this is my free time. So I just believe that in this free time, I'm not supposed to be walking around, doing nothing. I need to do other stuff. So that's why I needed this driving license. And that's why I'm doing the studies now.
Thank you so much. Okay, like generally, to
Yeah.
the people who are out there, there are
Yeah.
a lot of people who are stranded,
Yeah.
just like the way you were when you came here newly, and looking like seeing everything like there was no possibility, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are a lot of people who are still at that very stage right now to speak. So, what would be your word of encouragement to them? Just knowing fully well that you passed through that stage and you are
yeah,
still here,
you know,
strong and healthy.
sometimes in life, things happen, things you didn't expect. Like you might plan that, like, just like me before I came to Italy. When I was when I was still on the way, I used to think the moment I got to this abroad, 2 months later, 6 months, everything will be okay for me.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, everything wasn't that way. You know, everything just turned out. It was as if there was no God. But for me, I have questioned God a number of times. I have said, God, why is it that life is like this? Like, why is life so unfair? I have seen a lot of people, like I've seen people being stranded. There was a time I saw one man, I had some talk with the man. The man said that yeah, he's stranded, that God does not exist, God is not there. He was always God. The man was just blaming God. So
Just because of the situation he was.
yeah, I noticed that, you see, sometimes when you are stranded, you see that most of these people who are stranded, you see them with one thing: they smoke and they drink. So imagine you smoking, drinking. How will you be able to focus, especially drinking? You know, in order for you to smoke, yeah, there will always be some, temptation. There will always be something waiting for you. It's not doesn't mean that life will be sweet. Life will just be like, rice and beans. No, it's not so. Sometimes it might be a year, it might be 2 years, it might be 6 months. But one thing is that when you find yourself in a situation that that you didn't expect to be in that way, you don't expect to happen that way, you have no choice. It means it's life that brought the stuff to you.
Yeah.
There's a reason. But one in life, one must learn. So you must learn through your struggles.